imafoundation.com is a registered organisation in India 2019 and in London 2008. The art organisation was established with the core purpose of identifying, supporting and promoting the best of contemporary Indian artistic talent and traditions in the international arena. In particular, selecting, supporting and promoting the artists deemed to be the future standard bearers for Indian art. The cultural traditions and endangered arts of India are also showcased and supported to ensure they inspire and engage a new generation. In 2017, IMA was chosen to represent India at UNESCO's World Humanities Conference held in Liège, Belgium, where the endangered arts of India and contemporary art was showcased. IMA continues to be committed to showcasing and cultivating the cultural DNA of the Indian nation. From April 2020 till the present, imafoundation.com is offering a live online art project which is focused on offering art training for all interested during the lockdown period. imafoundation.com is proud to represent the retrospective works of the artist Sanjay Singh. Born in Pune, Bihar, Sanjay Singh joined Kala-Bhawana Sntiniketan after completing his BA Honours in Maithili Literature from Mithila University, Bihar. At Kala-Bhawana, he pursued the Bachelor's of Fine Art in Painting in 1989 and a Master's in Fine Art in Mural Design in 1991. He was awarded merit scholarships from Visva-Bharati, Sntiniketan and the Department of Culture, Patna, Bihar. He considers himself fortunate for the guidance and associations he received from remarkable teachers at Kala-Bhawana, especially the opportunity to assist Sri K.G. Subramanian on his various mural projects. Sanjay has held a number of solo shows in Bangalore, Chennai, Goa, and at Jahangir Art Gallery, Mumbai. He has also participated in state and national level group shows, including the National Exhibition, New Delhi. His works have also been shown in London, New York, and San Francisco through Apparaya Gallery. His artworks are in the permanent collections of the National Gallery of Modern Art, New Delhi, Tata Steel, galleries in Kolkata and Delhi, and many other private collections in India, Italy, France, Germany, UK, Japan, and Bulgaria. In 1995 to 96, under the Research and Documentation Grant from the Crafts Museum, New Delhi, he has researched extensively and documented the mud murals of his home district of Pune, Bihar. Very recently, his article in Hindi on the mud murals of Pune was published in folkartopedia.com, and a paper reading is available on the same website. As part of commissioned works, he has explored murals in various media for public and private buildings in and around Bangalore. To mention a few: a resort in Utopia, Shri Raman Maharishi Blind School, Matru School for Blind, Bangalore, and the Yellow Train, a primary school at Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Sanjay has been a teacher since 1992, teaching from primary school to college students at various institutions like the Central School in Jharkhand, Abhijay School and Vasant Valley in New Delhi, and in Bangalore at Presidency School and Chirishiti School of Art, Design and Technology. His comfortable sojourn with teaching is kept alive with occasional workshops and regularly sharing art and its creative possibilities with young architects at Biome Solutions. Sanjay's paintings are largely narrative. The street plays a major role in his preoccupation with the narrative, which seems particularly yet very open for personal interpretations. It appears like a theatre where characters come, perform and leave. He says he is an observer of the society, the waning culture of the compact townships, the growing admiration for the globalised, disconnected urban dwellings bring in high drama in his paintings. The figures juxtaposed with the structures around them weaving to enhance the visual narration. The well-structured setup contrasts with the casual gestures or stances of the character, speaking volumes of the culture and fashion mingled with nostalgia. There's nothing political as such, it's simply the society we live in. He lives and practices his painting and mural design at his studio in Bangalore, India.
Just very curious, yeah, because I've always sensed that you show a lot of commitment to your work, and the murals and the influences and the teaching, all of that's coming together. I'm just fascinating to see your work. I haven't seen them yet, so thank you for taking the time.
That was Rani Sharma, imafoundation director, and myself, Radha Binod Sharma, and this all of our friends actually. We started Retrospective. Today is the 10th Retrospective Sanjay Singh, and I'm a painter and a founder of imafoundation.com. And IMA Foundation is established in 2008, as you've seen that, and 2019 we established in India as a non-profit organization. I'm a practicing artist. This is most important.
Thank you, Binod and Raniji, for providing me your platform to showcase my work of my 3 decades. Welcome, everyone. I want to say a few words to you all about my work, because my works are a reflection of our society. And I always paint from my neighborhood, my society where I live, and interact with the people, deal with the people, and all those character comes into my painting. And sometime my nostalgic past and some other occupation also influences my work. And for that, I use different kind of material if it requires. For the motifs, I use the subject or theme I choose. For example, I have done some work in terracotta that is called pokhar, and some works in paper mache, that is, I named it Astha. So you can see my works in that way. And that's all. Thank you, all of you.
3 decades, 30 years experiences. We try to do that in short form. Sanjay might be showing today just 100 works. Good luck, Sanjay.
Thank you, Binod. These are my mural technical works, which I was learning during my mural design course in M-Fine. There's the fresco techniques, dry process, then again wet process. This is Italian fresco.
So all of it's quite big size, isn't it?
Not much bigger. This is for a layout for a huge wall. Medium is terracotta. This is for wet process Italian fresco. This is a drawing. And these are my paintings during that time. After completing my master degree in Kala-Bhawana, I stayed few months in Sntiniketan in Ratanpalli, near Sanatkar's house. And I used to see all the old people around me all the time. So I started doing these drawings, and my landlady's daughter, she told me, "Do you know where you are staying?" I said, "It is Ratanpalli." She said, "No, we call it Jokon Tokon Pada." Means the older people are staying here, retired person. Today they are here and tomorrow they are not. So all those drawings are of the nearby people where I stayed in Sntiniketan few months. These are all from memory.
Really very fantastic work actually. If you see that your rendering and everything, from memory, this is fantastic.
Poignant.
Yeah.
So sad.
So thank you, Sanjay, for sharing your feelings.
In Delhi, I continued that pencil drawing, so you can see it in the next visuals.
Thank you.
And in Delhi, I saw these kind of characters, Haryanvi people and Punjabi people, and I continued this pencil drawing and few paintings.
Your vision is very strong, because you are doing from memory, all of this.
I always use from memory. And then I got a job in Central School, and I was posted in Jharkhand. Central School was situated in a mines colony. So there, all the workers, laborers, and the surveyors, contractors, these things came into my work. Then again, I left that job because it was too remote and came back to Delhi again. And then the images came, the local Delhi people.
Your work is very important to explain, Sanjay. I hope you explain this very important. Please talk about this also.
I moved to Bangalore in '97 and started staying there. And all those new characters, it was a very different culture for me. So all those images which came, it was completely different from what I have seen in northern India.
Because cityscape is there,
Yeah.
rural area, village, natural.
And these kind of flower garland making things are everywhere on the footpath in Bangalore. Everywhere you can find it. They used a lot of flour. Then Coca-Cola factory was there on the way. All the time, huge wall, you will see the painted with Coca-Cola posters and wall paintings.
Interestingly,
Now these things,
like a 12 by 12 inch, this look like a quite big.
these are small works. Because this gouache, it doesn't allow you to do a big work because of some technical problem. And when you frame it in glass, then transferring it is also a difficult job. So these sizes are comfortable to handle.
Beautiful.
In Bangalore, those days, there was a lot of autos. So you can see autos in my painting, almost in all paintings, the auto comes automatically. Plus, it gives a kind of movement on your painting. Around 2000, a lot of earlier there was no flyover in Bangalore, hardly one or two. Then the flyover started coming up in many places. So naturally, the traffic speed, it became too much, and accident of especially cat and dogs on the road. So if you go in the morning, you can see a lot of blood on the road and flyovers especially. That was very pathetic to look at them. Then OFC, optical fiber cable, everywhere in whole city, it was spread and laborers were digging it and putting it inside. These are the work from my exhibition seen through my eyes. So how I saw Bangalore, because it was a different culture and different city for me. This is Kempegoda, who was so-called founder of Bangalore. So everywhere, every nook and corner, you can see his statue. And then the fashion and huge posters everywhere. This is Vidhan Sabha in Bangalore. And that's why auto is there, which is polluting everything. Here it is new and old Bangalore. This is old Bangalore houses. And it changed completely with a very minimum and straight geometrical apartments. Every nook and corner where there is a people tree, there will be this kind of images. That is called in Kannada, Nagarkallu. So these are stone and the snake is carved on this. So especially women, they worship these snakes images and they put haldi and kumkum and tie raw thread around that. You can see hundreds, 500 stone carvings around the people tree. That was a visual pleasure for me and it was very amazing thing. That's why I use these images. Very abstract kind of images I find. This is ant hill. Here people they also worship ant hill and especially women, they worship this and they put around thread and kumkum haldi. Now these are the common fashion trend came into this low jeans. And huge posters. Bangalore is a city of lakes. You can see lakes and huge banner posters everywhere. Then the fashion comes, either it is a young girl or an old lady. They all love to do fashion. And then again, these kind of, you can see the posters, banners, huge billboards in my painting that came because whole city was filled with these things. Now it is not there. The huge cinema posters were there on the roadside. Every wall is filled with cinema posters. People love cinema here in South India. And once it was there with the undercloth of women. It was everywhere huge, much more than life size hoardings.
I like South Indian action film. Wow.
All the contemporary fashion, metropolitan culture, and mobile phone. It was a compulsory thing. This is a new trend in Bangalore, gay culture. It's very popular here now.
Wow.
So with the gesture, you can find those characters.
What a drapery you put this on. Lovely. This clothing, you can feel it, and cards, mirror and everything.
Then I wanted to change from the gouache to other medium, to more simplified work I wanted to do. So I tried in different medium. Then finally I came to acrylic. So these are glass paintings, smaller in size. I wanted to use very simple form, line and flat colors. Just like you can see in folk paintings, they do. So I'm trying it. And straight is always there in my painting. And these are bigger in size compared to my gouache. And you can see the structures are completely changed from my gouache paintings.
Sanjay, I'm going to ask you one question in the meantime. Small scale to big scale, when you come, is any difficulty or is this okay with you?
No, it's very comfortable for me. And because I do murals, so I handle 10 feet, 20 feet. So it is not a problem for me. But because of the gouache medium, I could not increase the size. So now in acrylic, I am very free. So these paintings are 5 feet, 4 feet, or even sometimes it's 6 feet. You can see the street in this painting backside. The person is doing wheeling. That is very common trend here.
Any story behind this series?
Yeah, actually, this is a place called MS Palya. Especially in Bangalore, every nook and corner, there is a mixed group of people stay together, like Hindu, Muslim, Christians. They all live together, there is no problem. And I used to see these characters on the street and I found it very interesting. And once I was going and I was stopped by one group of people. They say, you can't go this way because there is one person is sick and we have to take him out. So I stayed for nearly 10 minutes there. When they cleared the road, I moved on. So those things, those images of a sick person, I visualized and I did this kind of painting. And that place is a big crowd. So you can see the different characters of Hindu and Muslims and other kind of people are living together, sitting together, they chat, no problem.
Representation is nicely done, Sanjay. Even
this series is called, I named it Palya Tales. The story of that MS Palya. Palya is a Kannada word. It means an area.
Beautiful, Sanjay.
Yeah, you can see the small street in my painting. So how these people are staying very crowded and gully, nukkar, everywhere it is there. So if you see it keenly, you can go through inside.
The same series, Sanjay, right?
Yeah, same series. Again, the people is dying, that person is dying. Yeah. And this is now in lockdown, what happened to the workers, migrant workers. So there is no place to go. And this is my neighborhood in the morning during pandemic. These are all real character around my house. Series I have done in paper mache. I have done research work, not for PhD. From Crafts Museum, I got a grant to do this research. Basically, it was my dissertation in Sntiniketan. And I was told by many of my teachers that you should do some extensive work in this. It's very beautiful. So I did it. I applied in Craft Museum. I got the grant and I nearly visited 300 plus villages in my hometown. And I saw beautiful images all over the district. And especially the God's room, it was a unique feature inside the God's room. They worship nature in a different form and they use primitive form. They create this on the wall, on the mud wall, and they worship. It was a magical experience for me. So I tried to do that kind of feeling into my work. Those abstraction and the free flow motifs. So I wanted to create, that's why these sizes are bigger, 6 feet, 3 feet, 6 feet, 4 feet. So I wanted to create a wall-like feeling. Beautiful. This series is called Astha. Astha means belief. You believe, we Hindu, all we create some image and we worship it. So You can see the tree images are there, the circles and abstract animal motifs are there, some kind of plant, flower also comes. It's a very simplified form of nature and primitive motifs. So I was very much inspired by those God's room especially.
Oil Express, Sanjay.
Yeah, I pasted some real calendar on the board. So this kind of wall I have seen, the worship calendar plus the motifs. This is a tree. This is snakes. I have used digital print along with the paper mache and real thread. This is basically a tree form. And the color, you can see that brownish color, that is the real cow dung. So I used cow dung as a color. And then in the center that is hanging, you can see it has alum, beads, threads, and seashells. Well, these are the things commonly people use. As you can say it is a blind belief, but nazar se bachane ke liye ये लगाते हैं, जैसे कि lemon and chili they put either in shops or in the lorry, anywhere.
You can see in back of auto also sometime.
Yeah. And in the side you can see the kauri, we can call it kauri. We play with kauri. That is also I inlaid it inside.
You know, Sanjay, you know, childhood, you can see in village, lots of children, they have daga in their kamar, they put a kauri. Yes. And their right or left side, they put a black bindi, so najar na lage mummy ki.
Yes.
Mummy ki asirvad hai, najar na lage. So this is quite symbolic. And
yeah, it's very symbolic. And this big size, 6 feet by 6 feet. This is the temple kind of image with handprints. So handprints has many meanings for security and for after wedding also. I come from Mithila region of Bihar. Mithila is known for its fish, curd, pan, and makhan. And because it's a very watery land, it has a huge river Koshi and a lot of pond culture is there, just like in Bengal. So I have seen from my childhood that pond and water lily and lotus everywhere, and fish is common food for us. When I moved to Metro City, I missed those things. Those visuals I can't see here in concrete jungle. So I started a kind of nostalgic feeling, it came to my mind, and I wanted to do something to bring back those memories in my work. For that, I thought the painting is not suitable. So I found the terracotta medium will be good for it. So that's why I used clay for this series of work. In Hindi, it is called pokhar. In Bangla, it is pukur. In English, it is pond. So you can see the next.
This is 2000 series.
Yes. Each work I have prepared clay, I worked and I baked it myself without any support.
Beautiful work. Beautiful. Very bold.
Any other material I found mirror is the best for showing water. So I put terracotta works on top of the mirror. So it gives a reflection and it looks like a water body. As my work moved, it became three-dimensional also. So you can see in the next one. Yeah. This is the table. Finally, it became three-dimensional. This series was poker, and I had a show and completely sold out. This has a 3-layer of glass. The top glass is there. You can use it as a tabletop. The middle glass is transparent, and at the bottom, that is a mirror. So the water reflection, you can see, it's just like water. Yeah, this is the real view. I have done my master's in mural design. So naturally, I will look for doing mural. It is difficult to get proper client to do commission work. But yeah, I'm lucky that I got few. When many times I have problem convincing the client because they have a different kind of subtle ideas. But I take their ideas and incorporate my work, but not always. So I'm very choosy about work. You will see, I tried in different medium for mural.
Sanjay, I'll say one word to everybody as well. Mural is very interesting. I know why difficult to get the client. There is a lots of client in Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta, and South, basically in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh also. Even Bangalore also. I do have connection. If you produce this kind of quality mural, people will be taking in, and that will be make it big, huge difference for all of mural artists, even painters, even sculptor, relief work. So only problem is we are not connecting with society. We are connecting with artists to be artists, artists to be galleries, galleries to be art buyers. We are not going with middle class, and we are not going with every person, doctor, engineer, businessman. So this is the main problem actually.
Yeah. Sometimes we need to educate clients too, and I did it because they have a different kind of notion about mural, about art. They think that a mural is merely a decoration, but that is not the case. Mural is aesthetic. It's not merely like calendar or anything you put it on the wall. It's a permanent thing, and it's environmental art. So we need to educate people about mural.
Actually, we need to educate about our contemporary area and our artistic side also, our society of India actually. We are just keeping in one narrow space, Artistian is artistian, art collector is art collector, galleries is galleries, some buyers is some buyer. We are going same buyers again and again,
It's a different kind of layer in the society.
Absolutely. We need to connect with all society in our country actually. We are stuck on some corner only. Like a Bollywood, like a cricket, this like everybody appreciate. Why? They knows how to got in, in society. We are not. We are just stuck in some intellectual level only.
This is 6x6 terracotta. It's on the wall when I fixed. From inside, it looks like this. This is the final version with the client. Happy client.
Yeah. Wow.
Paper mache. Indoor mural in paper mache. It's a big size. I enjoyed doing this. I tried to create a village wall inside their house because they are living in a concrete jungle all around, very tight, and only building, cement buildings. So inside, if you go inside, you will feel like you are sitting in a village. And I have used here, like in Rajasthan, Gujarat, they use mirror in their dresses and in their murals also on the wall. So I use small mirrors so that glitters when it lights on in the evening.
I am going to ask all of audience of our country and outside in international level also. If people are interested, any kind of work like this, you can change your environment inside of your house. And even London, we have lots of garden, each house have garden, and back side of yard you can make like a village actually. This is a fantastic. What is the material, Sanjay?
Paper mache.
So we can make it different way. We can do the like a.
But paper mache has a limitation.
Mm-hmm.
You have to save from water and fire.
Yeah.
So you can't put outside. Only for indoor, these are good.
So we can do paper mache indoor. Outside we can do the like a terracotta work.
Terracotta or cement. Detail of the same. Cement plaster is engraved on the wall.
Okay, this is a.
Because this building was too small. This is a resort called Old Bangalore. So it is quite big, 20 feet by 20 feet. This is direct cement with mud plaster.
What is the mud plaster?
After cement plaster, they use mud, red mud mixed with cement. There is a proportion to mix it.
Okay, beautiful.
Two crocodiles playing with each other. This is almost a life size, 15 feet long, these crocodiles. So one crocodile is catching up other's tail. So it's a beautiful game if you see from top. It looks fantastic. And it has a heavy textural body. And the wall, the roof is half curved, that is called wall. So it was quite smooth. So against the smooth, these textural things, it looks very beautiful. When the sun moves, the shadow creates a magical effect. And this house name was something else. After this work, people started calling it Crocodile House.
What is the material?
It's a cement.
And it is 15 feet by 12 feet.
This is again cement with mud plaster. It's a 20 feet by 10 feet.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there is a 5 elements of the earth, no? The earth, water, fire. So Panchabhut, what we call it.
Yeah.
Jal, Power, Gagan, Samira.
Uh-huh.
So horizon, water, wind, and sky. So all the 5 elements are there. This house name is Gauri Nilaya. Gauri means Parvati. So I used Shiva, and as an image of Parvati, I used the Tantra motif, the triangle shape of goddess of Shakti. So I used the Shivling and the goddess image along with the 5 elements in this.
And it is 2012.
This house, they wanted to make a Mahabharata scene. And next to this house, there is a temple. So they wanted Krishna and Arjun on the whole wall with the Mahabharata scene. So that was the calendar kind of image they have in their mind. So I said, I am not going to make that kind of calendar on your wall. So I want to preserve the wall because the wall is beautiful. And along with that, what in Mahabharata Krishna said to Arjun, so that I will depict in a different way. So I use the Ramayana scripts and the Mahabharata, those dialogues. So in English and in the Hindi. So I use this wood engraving for that purpose. And a small painting I did on glass, Krishna and Arjun. And the rest image you can see that is in cement, that is again Panchbhut. So in this, Kshitiz Jal Pavak Gagan Samira Panch Tattva Mili Bane Sarira. That is in Rama and Tulsidas is written. And the same thing in English, the Krishna says this body is not yours. Body, it goes into 5 elements again, goes back to that. Then they convinced that they are very happy now. Because next to the temple, you are making a house in a residence and you are depicting those things. It becomes again another temple. So that kind of problem I face.
Sanjay, I really appreciate you because this is, each artist should do this. Because if you was up to that job and that money, right? You will be doing whatever they ask, but you educate them. And this is, we learn from you as well. And gentlemen, whoever, madam, whoever you done the job, they will long time, not only long time, their family will appreciate it well. Because this is not their fault. They have
this is not their fault.
Yeah, absolutely. You done educate them and you learn how to educate them. This is fantastic. Really,
after that, they become friend forever.
Fantastic. Fantastic. You opened their channel actually through their work.
This one is cement cast. Mural is done for the blind school, for the blind students. And for that, they needed Braille. So I learned Braille, studied Braille, and then I use in this work. So these are sand-casted tiles put together in a panel. It's quite big, 2.5 feet tall and 23 feet long. So in a corridor, when the student goes to the class and comes out from the class, it's outside in the compound wall. So anytime when they go, they keep touching and feeling the wall. That I studied there after watching them, how they behave. So that's why I use this wall as a learning experience also. So when they go, they touch, they can understand, okay, this is N, this is L, or this is 2, or this is 1. So by playing, they can learn and understand. Even for the common people like us, which we can see. So if they can read the L or N or 1 or 2, they can see the next to it, that is a Braille. So they also can understand what blind people can understand. So I tried here for the common man, for the blind person, both should be educated together. So when parents came, the parents, they don't know Braille. Their child, they know Braille. So with this mural, they started learning those things. So I was happy for that. The parents and teacher, they all appreciated it.
So how many days work is there? There is quite lots of research work.
Yeah, actually, there was a small team of architects. So architects, I teach architect interns, which come for internship here. One of my friend architect is there in their office. So they come once in a week to learn drawing from me. So I teach them about mural also, because the architect is very important for the progress of mural and the real mural, what should be done. So I teach them mural, and during that course, they have helped me to make these tiles. So physically they did, and they learned this, and now they are spreading it in their own field in different parts of India. Almost nearly 2 months it took.
This is really highly appreciated, Sanjay.
I painted, I like this color of sand, but I had to paint because some child, they are partially blind. They are not fully blind. So they can see few colors. So that study also I have to do, that few colors, what colors they can understand, because they can see only hazy. They can't see clear image. So that contrast colors they can understand. So those colors I applied. Next slide you can see the colorful the final version of this. For your information, I have not taken a single paisa from that school.
Very good, Sanjay. Really appreciate bottom of my heart.
Final color version. In the same school, on the ground, I use these scrap materials to make these kind of forms for their playing area. So when they come, they touch, they feel, and they sit on that. So by touching it, they can understand the different animals. You can see here, these girls are blind, totally blind. They can only touch and understand.
Oh, very sweet, Sanjay.
If you see them, you feel so pathetic after seeing them. And they always hold each other and then walk. This is another blind school that is called Matru School of Blind. So whole corridor I have designed for their educative and playful objects. Yeah, this also I have not taken money. 3 months I spent in that school. This is a Chinese game called Tangram. There is 7 pieces of wood, and this black board is a metal board. And in that 7 pieces, it's a different shapes. In China, they play this game. So if you see that left corner, there is a square. So all the 7 pieces, if you join together, it becomes square. Otherwise, if you spread, and you can make different kind of motifs, design patterns and animals, these kind of things. So they can play. In that wooden pieces, there is magnet fixed. So when you take that piece near the board, it will stuck. So that is a beautiful game. So they can learn, they can understand the form, and the left and right, both the side, you can see the white 9 pieces. Those are tic-tac-toe. You remember in school we play the circle and cross on the notebooks.
Yes.
That is the circle and cross in the both the side I used. And for the division, I use the metal thing that is high. So by touching, they can understand the blocks. So the tic-tac-toe, only normal people can't play. So blind also can play. That's why I did this. This is the residential blind school. So the students are staying there just behind this wall. So they come out and they play, then go to their class. So always it is there.
How do you develop?
This particular one, yeah, I knew this tangram is there. So I studied that. But tic-tac-toe, because I knew this game every time we have played in the middle school and high school. So I thought, why not? Not only Chinese game. This is our game, so we can introduce. I did a lot of research. I spent 3 months physically going to school and doing the jobs, but another 3 months before executing this thing, I did research.
Sanjay, really highly appreciate to you this kind of thinking for our countries, blind people and also physically different people.
Month, I used to go in the morning and come in the evening. Without seeing me, when I am passing, they understood I am going. Good morning, sir. Without seeing me.
Wow.
I said, how you know that I am coming? Wow. I can feel, sir. Wow. Today, what kind of game you are making? Tell me. So they become my friend.
That is the bless, Sanjay. That is a love.
I'm telling you, I can feel the tears in my eyes.
No.
I was really sad to see them.
Me too. I feel really, you've done good job. I don't have any word to say. You've done good job.
This is 7 feet tall and 22 feet long. It is a metal sheet fixed on the wall. And the metal sheet, there is bolts in each square feet. the bolts are fixed there. The bolts are blunted because students, the blind people, they will touch and feel, and so they should not get hurt. And with that bolt, I use this rope. You have seen people are tying rope, that the elastic rope, both the side they have hooks. And especially in the bikes, when they carry things, they tie this thing. I don't know what other use it there. I saw in the shop, and then that idea came into my mind that I can use for this blind school, because they needed some physical activity. Because they are blind, they can't play many things. So their upper part, because they can walk, the legs are okay, but hands are not okay. Hands become weak in the shoulder. So they wanted us to do something where their hand and shoulder can be exercised. So I developed this idea. So student, they hook in one bolt and then they make patterns and hook another bolt. So, and these patterns are, you can see, these are done by students. And now the lady in sari is the principal of that school. She also started playing with this. So it became a super hit in the school. Everybody, even the small kids, they climb on the bolt and touch the top one. Wow. They are very happy, and there are plentiful ropes, color ropes. So the semi-blind, they can see the color and make patterns.
Fantastic.
So
that hand moving is up, down, that exercise is really good thinking,
Really. Not simply visual things we are doing, we are making, studying the different aspects of the blind people. So how they can do better in their life. This is in Tamil Nadu. That is the primary school where I designed a snake and ladder. But this snake and ladder is not like a regular snake and ladder we find it. It's in a different shape. It's very elongated and different size.
This is not square or rectangular, isn't it?
No, this is not a square or rectangle. Yeah. You can see the cut.
Yeah.
And it's a huge. The snakes are much more than like a python.
Beautiful.
Painted mural in a private building. From the first floor. Yeah, this is a small video of the same mural.
Sanjay, congratulations. This is absolutely a treat, both for the visual and the visually impaired. Fantastic. Really, really fantastic.
Thank you.
I mean, let's just say the whole ambit, right from your wash to paper mash to mural works, everything. Very nice. Very, very nice. And especially, I would say, because I've also been a teacher for many years. I mean, it kind of touches a chord when you're working with children, and more importantly, with children having, some sort of visual impairment, or some sort of, they're sort of challenged in a visual way. And I think tactile sensations, yes, I also love working with clay myself. So I think, that is their way of, that is their language. That is their language. So I think it's really fantastic. Well done. Congratulations
Thank
again.
you. Thank you.
So many layer and layer, his thinking, his process. And Sanjay, we know from 1984. So Sanjay less talk all the time, but he's thinking all the time. Thinking process is going on. So Sanjay, really, really head off. Really appreciate what you've done.
Sanjay, I really liked your sense of observation, and the way you have taken that sense of observation into your murals. It's more like making it so interactive, especially for children, which is really amazing. Because what happens when I saw a lot of your paintings when you came to Goa and you showed them, and I found this sort of a narrative that interpreted the full surrounding which you were getting engrossed with. And I found it interesting the way you tried to bring out every nuance in society, and basically in a playful manner. So the same thing has come out in your murals also, I think. which makes it very interesting, I think so. And I think it's very educative in a large way also.
Not only that, he is educating the normal people, just Ramayana story,
Yes, yes,
Mahabharata
of course.
story. He
Yes.
educated them, he made them, and their vision will be changed now. We should do same actually.
Yeah. All the best.
Thank you, Zito.
Sanjay, I like your work very much, but especially your Bangalore paintings, I loved very much, and your murals and your work with blind students touched me because I also worked with some challenged children, hearing impaired and mentally challenged children. So I could feel your emotions actually. So I am very much touched with your all those works.
Thank you, Sumita.
Sanjay, congratulations, your great work.
Sanjay, hats off to you. Hats off. এত কাজ করেছিস আর এত মানে বিশাল বিশাল কাজ করেছিস, আমার তো কয়েক জন্ম লাগবে মানে
কোনো ব্যাপারই না।
হ্যাটস অফ, মানে কি বলবো, বলার নেই, দারুণ, অসাধারণ।
চেষ্টা করেছি আর কিছু না।
না না, মানে বিশাল ব্যাপার, প্রচুর করেছিস, প্রচুর, মানে অভাবনীয়।
সব কটা দেখাতে পারিনি, আমি বেছে বেছে নিয়েছি, এমনিতে অনেক টাইম নিয়ে নিয়েছি।
যা দেখেছিস তাতে আউট।
The work is very good, not only good, excellent. Nowadays are going on, government introduced the Modi government introduced the new education policy, NAP. So there is the implement mainly Indian based toy. No, but you started before this NAP. It is miracle.
Your last decade is dedicated to our society.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is very good and this is very appreciable. Responsibilities for our societies, and you fulfill that responsibility.
That should be the job of artist.
It's a big journey.
Thank you.
It's a big journey, fantastic work, and especially I liked that Jharkhand series you made now. That was also very interesting. In Jharkhand, you have made some very with a very limited color palette. You made some works with the surveyors and others. Those works also very interesting for me, and the Bangalore series are also fantastic. I like your murals also, and I like the way you looked, and throughout the means in last 30 years, I think we all have crossed, after passing out from Sntiniketan, and you have done a commendable job. Congratulations.
That's it.